Word for you today. It's Tuesday. We're in our third day of Why Can't We Work Together? Psalm 133, verse 1 says, "How good and pleasant it is when brothers live together in unity." Well, Sunday was our first day. We looked in what was one thing that kept people from working together? Insecurity. Yesterday we looked at being naive. Today, the third one has to do with temperament. Temperament. How good and pleasant it is when brothers live together in unity. Temperament is a person's nature, which affects how they relate to other people. Some people just love being around other people, and some people would rather be by themselves. Some people gravitate towards others, and others move away. Neither's right or wrong. It's just that we're different. And it's okay. If you're a person that loves being around people, that's great. If you're a person that doesn't really like being around people, it's okay. But whichever way our temperament is, we can still work together to accomplish what God wants to accomplish through us. Several translations of Psalm 133:1 start with behold. Behold means to pay attention. Pay attention. Something's really important coming. So, behold how good and pleasant it is when brothers live together in unity. In other words, pay attention. This is really something to see. One thing that amazes me in our church, look out and see all these different people, all the different personalities, the different styles, the different thoughts, and yet come together in unity, come together for one purpose. We all have different ideas about the best way to do it because we all don't agree on what type of music. We all don't agree if we want to sit in the front or the back. We all don't agree on the heat and the cold. We all don't agree on the version of the Bible. Oh, we're not uniform. We're not all the same. But there is one unified thing, and that is Jesus Christ. He's the one that pulls us all together. What are some examples of unity in the Bible? Well, Naomi and Ruth. Naomi was a Hebrew. Ruth was a Moabitess. And yet, Ruth stayed with Naomi, and God used them to bless the entire world through King David and then later through Jesus Christ. How about Jericho? The walls of Jericho, an impenetrable fortress. The children of Israel crossing the Jordan River, entering the promised land. First thing you run into is Jericho. What are they going to do? Well, Joshua gives them instructions. They're going to march around the city for 7 days. One time, first 6 days, they just march around it one time. Then they march around 7 days, and then 7 times, and then they shout, and boom, the walls came down. But here's the thing. As they were marching around it the first day, okay, we did that. Nothing happened. Then they march around the second day, and they're going, okay, still nothing happened. The third day, why are we doing this? We're wasting our time. The fourth day and the fifth day, they got to be thinking, hey, somebody get a plan because this isn't working. They probably had different ideas about the best way to do it, but they did it together. And that unity then caused the walls of Jericho to fall. Another one is the 12 disciples. Jesus picked 12 men. Oh my goodness, they were so different from one another. They had different ideas all the time about how to do things. They argued, they fought, but in the end, of course, Judas hung himself, but then the other 11, what did they do? God used them to turn the world upside down. We all are different, and just because somebody is different from me doesn't make them wrong, doesn't make them less valuable. Take I don't know if you like cats or not, but there are some cats that will come up and they rub against you and they just purr and they love to be petted. And other cats, if you try to pet them, they're going to bite you and scratch you. They don't want to be held. They don't, some kids are like that. I have a granddaughter who, you can hold her for about 1.5 seconds and that's it. She's ready to get down. She is not a cuddler. We all are different. We all are different. And you know what? God uses the difference in us to help us to work together to accomplish what he wants to accomplish. So If there's anything about you that other people aren't accepting, well, pray for them. Pray for them. But do you accept them as they are so that God can use you and God can use them to work together to accomplish what he wants to accomplish? Think about that the next time you're part of a group and everybody's not agreeing. Everybody's not agreeing on the best way to do it. There has to be unity. Doesn't mean we all agree on the best plan. Doesn't even mean it's the best plan. If everybody's in unity, the plan can still work. Why can't we work together? Sometimes it's because we have different temperaments. We're different people. But how can we work together? If our focus is on Jesus. It doesn't matter. The people are different. Actually, it makes it kind of fun, seeing the difference in people. One of the favorite things some people like to do is people watch. Why? Because we're different. God takes those differences and he uses them for his purpose. That means he can use you and he can use me. Have a good day.